So this hangout is... So we are
Oh, this is awesome. I just got my notification. This is awesome. But I want that notification to go away.
Barrett over here on the...
Place in the middle of the corn desert. A Midwestern shelter stands constructed of old wood. A stable out back, but not for any livestock, but rather a collection of eerie tales compiled and saved. As we open the double doors to the compound, we select the best in weird, paranormal, and unsettling news. And it all starts right now, live from the Acrylic Ranch.
And it's a happy 4th of July. No, we're not at the Acrylic Ranch, but we are at the Acrylic Ranch backyard. And as always, founding mother of our country, Jennifer Ann. Hi, Jen.
Hello. Hi, everybody. Happy 4th of July.
May, as we wear our festive wares. Isn't this fun? I happen to be in the downtown St. Charles area in a plethora crowd of people gathering for a spectacular fireworks show. Why not, right? That's what the American dream is, to go sit. There's been people here since 5 o'clock this morning to watch a 15-minute show. You can't get that day back, I'm sorry, but anyway. Happy 4th of July, everybody. How are you, Jen?
Happy 4th of July, everybody.
Well,
I'm just trying to get everyone knows where we're going.
Oh, I think everybody will figure it out. I did see a notification come up through YouTube that the Acrylic Ranch is live. Of course, this is our debut of the YouTube. So you will get your notifications through Facebook and through YouTube. And of course, we ask all of you to come over to the Acrylic Ranch on the YouTube side and subscribe. And that way you'll get a notification every time Jennifer and myself will talk about weird and paranormal things from all around the globe and all of our friends. You know, the Star Spangled Banner is playing. I feel like I should be standing with my hand on my heart right now. I'm such a mope. Am I still American, though? I think I am. I'm hoping so, anyway. Anyway, Jen, you want to talk about some cool stuff regarding 4th of July and whatnots?
Nope, I'm done.
Oh, no, okay. Bye, everybody. Nice talking to you. All right, I want everybody to get a gander over here. I will pan over, and you will get to see the haunted Hotel Baker. There is a very long story about all the hauntings that go on in this very old hotel, which we will do an Acrylic Ranch on at some point, so stay tuned for that. Make your popcorn and get comfortable. And of course, if we pan over this way in the lovely downtown St. Charles area, you will see the wide array of different shorts waiting for a fireworks show. It's part of the distraction of doing a show here. I'm like, what was I talking about? I was too busy watching something else. Anyway, our good friend Ryan Sprague, Jennifer, you know Ryan, don't you?
Maybe. I think so.
A little bit? Yeah, I think the name sounds familiar. I had to reach over here, but I happen to have something from Ryan Sprague. It's on the table here. It's somewhere in the skies. Ryan Sprague's podcast, Somewhere in the Skies. And we are celebrating, I don't know if celebrating is really the right word or not. Do you think celebrating the 70th anniversary of a UFO crash in Roswell, New Mexico with the recovered of alien bodies, is that something to celebrate? I'm guessing. I'm not really sure. But
something
that's,
to gather about.
This is true. That anniversary is July 8th, 70 years ago. That's crazy. In 1947, the infamous crash at Roswell, and still 70 years later, and it's still an unsolved mystery. How about that? If that doesn't say government cover-up, nothing does. Oh, don't you think? I mean, 70 years to not know definitively one way or another. I think the longer that it goes on without an answer, the probability keeps getting higher and higher that what happened at Roswell was probably what the conspiracy theorists actually, they probably are right. I'm only speculating, but every day that goes by and there's no definitive answer, I'm guessing, well, there's a big cover-up. So,
Right.
So, happy 70th anniversary, Roswell. I'm sure the Alien will be doing their festive celebrations, and who knows? It's good for tourism, I suppose. And there's still people that go out there. I spoke to my surrogate mother yesterday at a picnic, and she went out there, and they take tours out in the desert, and you can comb through the area where the alleged UFO had crashed, or one of the two UFOs that had crashed. So, not that you find anything, but I would love to go. I would love to see it. I've been past Rachel, but Rachel's about as close as you can get in there without having a guided tour to take you back there. But that was many years ago, so I would like to go back.
I would love to go.
Wouldn't it? I think that would be a lot of fun. Yeah, I think it would be a lot of fun. You and I could invest in a really good metal detector, and we'll just scan the grounds.
I would love that. Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
That'd be fantastic.
I think so. So, if you're interested in the UFO world, if you're interested in the Roswell thing, if you're interested in the aliens, or alien bodies in space, or submerged beneath our oceans, I highly recommend getting over to Somewhere in the Skies podcast, hosted by our friend Ryan Sprague. Fun facts, yes. I'm dark.
Yes,
dark as in.
I just see. It looks like nighttime over there. I just see the sun.
Well, okay, that's that.
Oh, it's back.
Hey, just I will sit like this. How's that? I'll just. Although I could always just block the camera too, I suppose. I don't know if I could find just here. We'll try kicking it over just a tad there. Yeah, now you get half my face. Whatever. Who said that we were professional? Well, how racist of you.
It's just a white screen. No, it's just a white screen.
No, it's not, is it?
For me.
Well, I want to know what.
Early. We're 2 minutes early.
Well, that's okay.
Yet.
Yeah. 8 o'clock Central, people. Get it right, Jennifer. You know? Well, it doesn't matter. We'll just edit all this out and put this into the chamber in the bloopers reel. Now, are you getting a video feed from me at all?
Yeah.
Okay, wonderful.
I see you.
Fun facts. Who wants to know fun facts? Anyone? 4th of July fun facts? No? You just get up and walk out of the room?
People, no. People were born.
I'm leaving. Thank you, everybody, for joining.
Stuff that happened.
Yeah, well, it wasn't... Okay, so July 4th marks the independence from Great Britain. Right?
Uh-huh.
And I don't think the Liberty Bell had anything to do with it. And the Declaration of Independence does not start "We the People." Of that. We get way too many people that go, "We the people." No, that's our Constitution. 2 different pieces of paper. You know that Thomas Jefferson wrote the Declaration of Independence?
I think so.
Well, he did. Yes, he did. Okay, so Thomas Jefferson wrote that magnificent declaration on parchment paper at the age of 33. Jennifer, you're 30. You're struggling. He was 33. I think that's remarkable.
Come on, remember, I'm only 30.
I know, and that's your excuse. He's 33 when he wrote it.
I got 3 years.
Yeah, well, that's true. To get your, yeah, okay. Well, by that time, you will definitely be the acrylic queen, and you will be traveling the world by that point. Everybody wants to see more of Jennifer. I want to see a show of hands from everybody on how cool this is that we're actually the two of us are videoing for the first time. Video live stream. I think that's pretty cool. Thank you, technology, for not failing us today. Although I have no wood to knock on. I got a lot of concrete around me, but I have no wood to knock on. So Thomas Jefferson actually wrote the Declaration of Independence from Great Britain at the age of 33 on a laptop. No, don't say he did not, because he did definitely write it on a laptop. There was a wooden tablet that he kept on his lap with all his little supplies, but he did. He wrote and drafted it on his lap. I guess that would be the very first laptop.
There you go.
Seriously.
That's perfect.
Saw a picture of it. It was pretty cool. It's got a little, little box on there to keep his pens and the ink and his little blotter. Anyway.
That's awesome.
When he wrote that, he changed the wording from the pursuit of property to the pursuit of happiness. I think the pursuit of property would have been probably a little bit more gangland style, huh?
It seems like that's how it is.
Well, it is now. Yeah, it is now. The pursuit of material items and as much as you can get. Maybe somebody will make an amendment to the Declaration. I don't know. Who's to say? But either way, he did originally draft it as the pursuit of property, and I think he took it the same way. That sounded kind of narcissistic. So I changed it to the pursuit of happiness. I think we all qualify for that.
Yes, that would be wonderful.
I think so. I'm pursuing my happiness. I want to see a show of hands for everybody that says, yes, I have achieved 100% happiness.
Well, happiness is within. There's nothing to achieve.
Oh, very much so.
It's already achieved. So.
Right. So it's all what you make of it. I have a feeling we're going to quickly slide off the 4th of July show and go into a psychoanalysis of what happiness is. Sorry, folks.
How about this? Let's see.
Okay.
Go over to my handy dandy notes.
You have notes?
Well, kind of.
I memorized everything. Come on. I memorized everything.
Let's see. We got in 1911, July, White Sox Ed Walsh stops Ty Cobb's 40-game hitting streak as Cobb goes 0-4.
And for our export update.
Ooh. And then in 1939, on the 4th of July, the Yankees retire the first uniform, Lou Gehrig, number 4. Stay.
You know what? You know what's really strange about that? Lou Gehrig died from Lou Gehrig's disease. What a coincidence.
Really? Oh my goodness.
Stop. Stop. No, they named it after him, Jen. No, I'm sorry. Did you know that Thomas Jefferson and John Adams both died on the same day on July 4th?
Yes.
Oh, well, probably because I told you. James Monroe died on July 4th also. So there.
Well, hold on here. Let me
throw one at me.
Back up here. I'm trying.
Cheater.
Here we
See?
go. No. Wait. Okay. Thorne and Stephen Foster, the father of American music. Calvin Coolidge, the 30th U.S. president, and Neil Simon were all born on the 4th of July.
Boom. I knew that Coolidge was born on the 4th of July. That I knew, because I read that earlier today. But Neil Simon, I did not know.
Okay.
Can you name a Neil Simon play? One.
Oh, God. Put me on the spot.
I'm just asking. I don't know. If you were to say, Vance, name a Neil Simon play, I'm not sure I could. I'm not really sure that I could.
Apparently,
Yes.
Alice in Wonderland was written on this day.
Oh, that's right. Yes. No, or was it released?
No,
I don't know. It was written. Wow.
Ooh,
That's incredible.
I got another good one for you.
Okay, throw it at me.
You should be the one reading this one because you can do the voices and I can't. But
just whisper it in my ear and then I'll do it.
Well, you can maybe do it after. 1970, Casey Kasem's America Top 40 debuts on LA radio.
I can't do Casey Kasem. No, I tried. I tried Casey Kasem. We're live in LA.
Thanks.
We got one going out. This is a tribute song. No, I can't do them. I've tried. I just sound like a complete idiot. I want to go back to a fact I've got that I memorized.
Good for you.
Only two people signed the Declaration of Independence on July 4th, which was John Hancock and Charles Thompson. That was the only two, but everybody else signed in on July 6th. However, Congress voted that July 4th, well, okay, you had two signatures on there, we'll just call it July 4th. It's good enough. I guess that's why John Hancock's signature is the biggest one, because he was the first one to sign it, and he's just like, yeah, I'll hog all the room, and then everybody else had to sign smaller and smaller and smaller. Although, who was the oldest person to sign the Declaration of Independence?
I didn't study for this trivia.
Oh, at the age of 70, Benjamin Franklin.
You're right.
Yes.
I forgot about that one. You had already told me that before the show, too.
Shh. Not trade secrets. Throw one at me. Go ahead. Throw one at me.
Let's see. Well, let me see. The first 4th of July was not celebrated in 76. It was celebrated in 77.
Yes. 1777,
and,
right?
Ooh, on here. That can lead us into our next little thing.
Ooh, more things.
More things. General Lee withdraws from Gettysburg.
Really?
Yes.
I thought the Dukes of Hazzard was on much later than that. I'm so sorry, people. And nobody's ever going to come back to the Acrylic Ranch just because of this. Ridiculous. No, that's interesting. There's a lot of interesting things that happened in 4th of July. The straw that broke the camel's back as to why the Declaration actually got written, because you keep poking at somebody and you keep poking at somebody and you keep poking at them until they turn around and swing at you. Well, that's pretty much what happened with the Declaration of Independence, and the final straw that broke the camel's back, the metaphorical camel, so to speak, was the fact that Great Britain imposed a law to revoke the privileges of the new Americans to own guns and gunpowder.
Oh, wow.
And then the Second Amendment came about. Sounds like an argument that's still happening today. Somebody wants to take away the gun rights and the gunpowder and the bullets. But we don't get political here, do we? Nope, no politicals here.
don't.
Yankee Doodle Dandy, even though I don't think I have Yankee Doodle Dandy playing. I could see. No, that's not Yankee Doodle Dandy. Everybody knows Yankee Doodle Dandy. It was actually sung by British officers to make fun of or to mock the new Americans wearing their buckskin clothing when they came over to invade, which actually started the Revolutionary War. So they would sing that just to mock. I'm like, seriously, don't mock me for wearing buckskin. I think I've seen you wear buckskin.
Right?
I have a buckskin loincloth, kind of like Tarzan.
Oh my goodness.
Mm-hmm.
TMI for the listeners.
Yeah, I'm sorry, listeners. We'll see who runs away now. You have anything buckskin? You have any moccasins? You used to.
I don't.
You used to have moccasins. I know. I did too.
I was going to make some baby ones. I didn't end up doing it.
Did you kill the deer?
With my bare hands.
Because you couldn't kill the deer. All right, I'll interject a quick story. I have a friend of mine, and her name's Aggie. I think you are familiar with Aggie. Her younger sister, Yvonne, I don't remember where she was. I know she was doing a wilderness tour backpacking, and they happened to cross a 8-point buck that was dead.
Oh, wow.
Well, she wanted the antlers.
Right.
So she grabs the antlers and started twisting the head off the body of this dead buck. Now, mind you, she's not even 20 years old, and she's out there. I'm like, wow, that's pretty brutal, actually.
Yeah.
As soon as she told me about that, I'm like, you're different. You're very different. Hey, Jennifer, did you know 87.5%? Now just think about that number. 87.5% of all U.S. flags are imported from China. Thanks for the patriotism. Now, don't you think that would be something that would be restricted to manufacturing here in the States only? But no, I see all these people here. Even the flags I have on my headphones here, made in China. I'm like, oh, this is depressing. 97% of all the fireworks everyone's going to see, made in China. Even
I'm
crazier.
more surprised about the flags.
Yeah, well, if you look on them, you'll see the little Chinese Enterprise logo on your little American flags, but so be it. Change that, people. Start buying your flags American-made. It just seems like irony to me. I don't know. Almost hypocrisy. But you can look those words up if you need to. Hey, you know what? Today, we are currently right in the thick of the consumption of over 155 million hot dogs across this great land of ours. 155 million. If anybody needs to put an image to that 155 number, lay 155 million hot dogs end to end from Washington, D.C. to Los Angeles. You could do it 5 times. That's insane.
Oh.
That's insane. And of course, the hot dog is probably I think the hot dog is the #1 cause of colon cancer. Isn't that a cheerful note? So everybody eat your hot dogs.
Well, along with grapes and I forget what
No. That was the choking hazard. That was
choking hazards.
Yeah, and the choking. No, I'm talking about causing colon cancer. I don't think grapes cause colon cancer.
No, but I mean, if we're talking hot dog deaths.
Hot dogs choke and kill 80 children every year on average, along with grapes.
So cut them lengthwise, people.
Yes, along with grapes and what else did we say? Plums.
3 things, and no, I
Popcorn.
don't remember what it was.
Popcorn.
Popcorn, that's right.
Popcorn.
Children under 5 should not have popcorn.
I choke on it regularly because of the hole that hangs in the back of my... Right?
Oh my goodness. Yep, that's right.
Did you know that $203 million was spent today on condiments? So everybody cooking out, eat safely and use condiments. I hear crickets chirping. Oh, man.
No, that was good. I was laughing. That was a good one. Good job.
Yeah, have a safe hamburger. Oh, we have a birthday party behind us. How sweet. Add that one to the list.
Are there going to be fireworks behind you?
Yes, directly behind me. Yes, directly behind me. Once it's dark. 60 million cases of beer was sold today. Well, between fireworks and 60 million cases of beer, that makes the 4th of July the deadliest holiday of all. Isn't that upbeat, cheerful?
You know,
just as I was walking out the door. Yes. But just as I was walking out the door, I was shutting the TV off, and they were talking about a man today that was blowing off fireworks in a Walmart parking lot, and, well, he now doesn't have fingers on either hand anymore.
Oh my gosh, how horrible.
So they did a witness interview, and the witness stated that the fire department was out there picking up as much of his fingers as they could find to see if they could reattach them. So be careful, everybody. If you're doing fireworks tonight, do it smartly.
You need to keep your fingers so that way you can, like, you know, type in the Acrylic Ranch website.
Yes, exactly.
With all of our stuff.
Exactly. It's very true. Got any? That's it for my list of weirdness from the 4th of July.
4th of July.
Yeah.
Well, I think that we should that Gettysburg video, see if I would like to know if other people have seen it, and then if they think if it's CGI or if they think that it's because regardless of if it's real or not, I loved it and I was fascinated by it, and just the thought of it being real, is.
Well, I'll give you this much. I watched it again this morning, and I mean, it looks real. You can CGI and get away with a lot of things. It looks real. I'm kind of going by the reactions of the two that were actually recording it from inside their car. They seemed a bit startled, but I'm just leaving it at face value. I would like everybody's opinion on what they think. I believe the video is titled the Gettysburg's Ghost, I believe.
Yeah, I'll make sure to get the link, and I will post it in a comment on our Facebook page under this.
And there's also another one, I believe it's also referred to as Gettysburg Ghost, and then in parentheses says, it's the best ghost image ever caught. And it's a pathway, looks like 2 ruts in a road that goes through a bit of forest land and then opens up into a clearing. Seems as though somebody set up a video camera there, and shortly thereafter you see flashing a couple of flashes of like orbs of light, kind of like a firefly, but a little brighter. And then pretty quickly after that you see, I think it was 5 or 6 rather ghostly images that seemed like they were dressed in period clothing. Again, it's kind of in the distance, but you can see it well enough because he did zoom in, walked from one side of the path to the other, and walked off into the grass. And they're clearly translucent. 2 of them just kind of manifested in the middle of their travels across the path. But when I say manifested, I'm not talking, a full 3D. They were still very transparent. You couldn't really see their legs. And that's something else I'm finding kind of fascinating with all these ghost reports. So many of them, including, Shannon LeGros's Fox Hollow Farm with the red shirt.
The red shirt, yeah.
So many people say they see the ghost, but they don't see the legs. And I wonder why that was. And on a couple of these on the video, you really don't see the legs. A couple of them you do. But on a couple, it's so transparent, you can barely see the legs, but you see the upper torso to the head as it's making its way across the path. So I'm really kind of interested on getting people's feedback as to what they think. Real, hoax, or just leave it as fascinating.
When I stayed at my sister's house, told me that she had been experiencing and feeling like there was something there down in the basement where her room was.
Right.
And she was upstairs, like in the living room, and I had went downstairs to grab something out of the room. And I ended up coming out of the bedroom. And so it was sitting on the wall.
Okay.
Off. It was like somebody hit them, And I just felt like there was something there. And so I had my camera with me. And took a picture of the stairs. And up the stairs later, too afraid to look at the picture that I captured. I got my sister and
Right.
So together we looked at it, and sure enough, there was a silhouette of a man, and he looked like he was sort of like you could tell he was a soldier. All of him, his legs included.
A soldier from what period?
I don't know.
Okay.
I'd have to look through the different, but it was old. But
so maybe like Civil War era type.
His face, though, was a skeleton.
No.
Straight out
Lordy
skull. Terrifying. It was really scary. And so, I didn't end up keeping the photo. It was something that I got rid of because I was really worried that it would hang on and follow me. So I deleted it and
right.
End of it.
Wow, that's fascinating. Thanks for sharing that one. I can't say I've ever seen. I've never seen a ghost. Okay, that much.
Mm-hmm.
But I have certainly been in the presence of it many times.
Right.
Well, okay, when I say many times, you can have 3 events in your life, and your brain processes that as many times. That's probably, I've had, I would guess, maybe 5 or 6 events in my life where you feel that negative presence, and then something physical happens, whether it's something falling, like you said, or just a reaction to the environment of what would cause that to happen. It's kind of interesting. When I was speaking with my surrogate mother at the picnic yesterday, she was talking about a plantation she was at. And forgive me for forgetting it because I didn't write it on my notes here where the plantation was. But they were staying in this room, and there were lots of complaints from people that had stayed there over years that there's, a lot of paranormal activity happening. Mm-hmm. And while they were staying in the room, the glass, I'm going to say the glass bowl of a light, how it looks like a giant glass bowl that is held up on the ceiling as a light. And a lot of them are old Victorian style. And they have thumb screws that will hold the light in place. Well, it fell on the floor, but it didn't shatter in the middle of the night for the 2 of them. Woke them both up. It fell on the floor, so she got up and tried to put it back up on the fixture again and couldn't do it, so they left it till morning. And then John got up and he went up there, and all the screws, all the thumb screws, were all the way in. So there was no way to have attached the globe to the fixture if all the screws were all the way in. They had to have been backed out, put the globe on, and then tighten the screws up. So they left that as, okay, that was a bizarre happening. Something,
Right.
now I kind of categorize that more on the minor end. I was watching most haunted houses around the world, 5 most haunted houses. And of course, number 1, and now this is an opinion of a YouTube channel, number 1 was Amityville. So I'm watching, and they're talking about the actual events that took place in the house, not from the movie, but the actual events that happened in the house and the murders that happened there. But they did go through the actual events to make the statement that the flies came in. And when the flies came in, they were only in certain rooms of the house. And when you'd flush the toilet, the water would be clear, but as soon as you flush it, it would turn ink black.
Oh,
and you could go back later, and the water would be crystal clear. Those same things happened in the farmhouse in which I talked to you about that we lived in. And we drew that correlation then, and that was really kind of the breaking point when we said we've seen enough and we got out of there. And when I say we got out of there, we took the clothes on our back and just a few things that we could grab, threw it in the truck, and left and never went back. We left our furniture, TV, pictures. Yeah, we left it all behind and got out of there. We came home and all the flies. And of course, we came home from a function, and I'm not exaggerating, but only the walls that faced west in this house, upstairs and downstairs, were thick black with flies. They were not flying around the room. They were just crawling on the wall. And we freaked, and we went upstairs, and we saw the same thing upstairs on the west wall in the bedroom. Black, thick with flies. Now, would there be a scientific answer to that? Maybe it's the warmest wall because the sun was setting and they were all gathering for I don't know. The point is, where did all these flies come from? They, seriously, where did 300 million flies come from in such a short period of time? There wasn't this major hatching. I highly doubt it. Fran and I grabbed newspapers, and we were swatting to try to, we opened the window and we're swatting them to try to get them out the windows and get them out of the house. For probably the 15, 20 minutes that we spent swatting flies, we never found one dead fly on the floor. Not one.
Oh, Lord. Wow. That's crazy.
True story, people.
Well, there's so many things that just, back, I think that I was like, what was it, like 48 on Into the Fray when I did one with Shannon.
Right.
How and I think it was the first story. I had stayed over at my friend's house, and it was a duplex.
Right.
So, she had left, and we were babysitting her kids. I kept hearing thud upstairs, and it literally sounded like somebody had opened the upstairs window and came inside and just thud on the floor, like they fell through into the house from the window. And I would go up there and I would check, and the child was completely asleep, one upstairs, one downstairs, and it was completely silent. And so then I sat there for a while on the stairs to try to see if maybe they were getting out of bed, but then they didn't. And so I was like, well, gosh, that's really weird. And we ended up coming down the stairs, and the parents came home, and she opened the door, the mom did, and I screamed because I was scared. And so,
but I don't blame you. I'd have been terrified.
So she asks us what's going on. We tell her, she thinks, we're just kids being scared, whatever. We go home where her mom is, and I tell her what happened, and the mom was like, well, that's really strange because every night I've been hearing just these really loud bumps upstairs. And I'm like, really? And she's like, yeah. So I decided to stay up with her mother, and both my friend and her brother was asleep upstairs.
Okay.
we're sitting there, and all of a sudden, there are these sounds. I mean, even thinking about it right now, it's like I've got goosebumps all over my whole body because I can still feel it.
Uh-huh.
It was like somebody had this sized 4-poster bed. They slammed down on the floor, which would be the ceiling above us.
Right.
And it was like they were dragging it across the floor. The screeching, the thumping, everything was just...
God. No.
And then there was this like insane ringing in our ears, and it just felt... Of course, when we'd go upstairs, everybody was sound asleep. And there was no way this was coming from the neighbor's house either.
Right.
That night, it did stop, and because we had done our own little, kind of prayer type things, stopping, and then it never ended up coming back.
Thankfully.
I don't know any scientific... Exactly. I don't know of any explanation, like really reasonable explanation for that.
No, I'm sitting here thinking okay, if it was a creature, I don't think it would make that kind of a noise unless it was a bear. I highly doubt it was a bear.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? If it made that kind of a loud thud.
And why didn't I find anything?
Right. Exactly.
Everything was just...
Exactly. I don't know. Oh, there's plenty of scary stuff out there, and of course, just stick around with the Acrylic Ranch. We'll keep throwing more and more scary stuff at you, right? I think that's what we're trying to do.
Well,
I want to scare everybody with facts. We scare you with the facts.
Exactly. And it's one of those things, like I was telling you earlier. There's this... It seems like so many people go, oh, don't worry, ghosts won't hurt you, or ghosts aren't real. And it's like, when you get like Vance and I, or when you would get into the group for Into the Fray, and all these people would come together and they'd be like, well, I'm in Australia and I experienced the same thing that this guy in England did, that we did here in America. And you can't, between possession and objects flying around the room or tables being able to be moved, you can't tell me. You know what I mean?
I agree. And I agree. Yes. Entities can hurt you, especially when you get up in the middle of the night to go to the bathroom and they move the table in the way and you stubbed your toe. That was deliberate. You know what? Stuff like that, I clearly wonder that many a times. Of course, I did something wrong. Now the fire department's leaving.
Good going, Van.
Yeah, I'm going to pan over. You can see how the crowd of people has built in the amount of time. On the other side of, well, you can't really see it from here. You can't?
No.
Well, that's too bad. Might want to take the blindfold off. You're allowed to take the blindfold off now.
Oh, okay.
Chief Potawatomi, there's a giant statue of Chief Potawatomi, and on the other side of the American flag over there, I don't know if you can see it, there's a building there, but there's an expansive park over there where the paddle boats are, and there's probably close to, I'd give an honest guesstimation, to about 10,000 people over there right now.
Oh, wow.
That's why I'm here. Yes, that's why I'm over on this end. I have a quick escape. I can run away quickly when the fireworks. Well, the fireworks will be shooting off. Again, I don't know if you can see the bridge over there. See the bridge going across the... Well, that's right on the other side of the bridge there. That's where they will be launching the fireworks from. So that's why there's a ton of people over there. I almost said it. I almost pulled a Shannon. That was close. That was close. Hey, speaking of Shannon and Into the Fray Radio, she posted...
Shannon.
Yeah, hi, Shannon. She posted, she's got a new thing going on Insiders over at Into the Fray Radio. It's all the extras. You can pay for it. It's, what is it, $4.99 a month, I believe, to be a member. She's doing these relatively short videos. The last one, or the one she just debuted, they're referred to as Quick Draw. And that goes back to her love of old Western movies.
Absolutely fantastic.
And she did one on the Yucca Man out in the desert, which is a Bigfoot type of creature. So she was actually reading stories. I love the unedited point of reading stories, kind of like what we're doing live here. You just have to go along with the stumbles and falls and the grammar incorrections. But the way Shannon plays it, because Shannon she'll just throw it out there. I mean, she just, oh, son of a, really? Can't anybody use punctuation? It's worth getting over there, becoming an insider, and watching the Quick Draw videos, plus all the other things that she's putting up on the insiders. It's a privileged group. And of course, Acrylic Ranch will have the chamber available, and it'll be kind of the same principle, and we'll take you on certain adventures, and you get to see a lot of behind the scenes. And of course, we'll be.
I'm really super excited for the chamber.
And I'm very excited for it. We'll be doing ranch petitions to different. Well, we could actually consider this a ranch petition, could we not? We could categorize this as a ranch petition. I believe so. When we go live on location to unique, unusual, and haunted places, as long as everybody's live, I think we've already scanned over to the Baker, or the Hotel Baker over there. So, like I said earlier, we will be doing some tidbits of info and go over there. I did speak with somebody. They wanted to charge $300 for me to go through there. I'm like, no. We can do this for free. I don't think ghosts actually charge money. At least not that I'm aware of. I'm not aware that entities, whether they be good or bad, are actually charging money. What good's money going to do them? I don't know. So, anyway, to wrap up my point, Into the Fray Radio airs new episodes every Thursday. At what time, Jen?
7 p.m.
7
Standard Time.
Pacific Standard Time. Yes, to be more specific. Yes.
That's right.
And of course, Jennifer and I thank you very much for hanging out with us. We have a list, I think, Jen. We got a pretty long list of things that we got coming up on new Acrylic Ranch episodes. I want to hear back on feedback from everybody. This type of venue that we are doing tonight, it seemed to be going without a hitch until we watch it back going, oh my God, what happened? It's terrible. It was the worst thing ever. So,
But as more people learn that we are now over on YouTube, since this has been so smooth,
right?
Hopefully, we can get some conversation going.
I believe so. Absolutely. Yeah, well, like I said, we will be able to pick and choose some of you, our favorites. So everybody do your best to become our favorites, and then we'll have you on the show, and we'll have a three-way conversation. And it's not limited to just one person per show. We could do, one individual talk with you, hang up, and go on to the next person. We could do that. I think we could do that. We're looking to have, I did send Linda Gottfried an email now that we got this all set up. So when she has availability, she did reply that she would be very happy to do an Acrylic Ranch with us. So I am so very looking forward to that. However, Shannon LeGros got first dibs, so she's got to do Shannon's Into the Fray Radio first before she comes over to the ranch. But maybe within a day or two of each other, when she has the time available, Linda will come over. We'll also ask Shannon if she would grace us with her presence, and we'll talk about cool things like Joshua Tree, and we can. I think we'll hold on to that big old secret, but yeah, we'll be discussing some cool stuff. Would like to get Ryan Sprague on, MJ Benias. We do have a very long list. We have to do a makeup with MJ Benias though, because we clearly had failures there. But now that he'll watch this, he'll be like, all right, They're not little fletchlings anymore. All right, they're moving up. And they even have a business card. Look at them. We're going. Going, yeah. So anyway, make sure you get over to the Acrylic Ranch Facebook page. You can get over to Acrylic Ranch. What is it? The Acrylic Ranch at Weebly? Yeah, you have the address there in front of you. I don't.
.weebly.com. But soon we will be dropping the Weebly, and so
right.
it will just be the acrylicranch.com.
Right.
Over at Facebook, it's facebook.com/the Acrylic Ranch, as well as Twitter, same thing, /the Acrylic Ranch. We're also on Instagram.
Thank you, Jen, for doing that.
You know,
the IT
honestly,
department.
I'm so excited. I really love Instagram and I love pictures. I'm getting a new phone on Wednesday, so I'll be able to take better pictures, and so hopefully our go up. But again, I just set it up. I don't remember the link to that. I'm sure if you just search the Acrylic Ranch, you'll come up with it.
No, I'm sure it won't be there.
The more YouTube subscribers we get, I believe that if we can get 100 subscribers, then we can have our own custom channel name. So then instead of just youtube.com channel craziness, it'll be the Acrylic Ranch. And then our Gmail. So if you
very good. I was like waiting on the edge going, okay, I got the email one. No, you had to throw that in there. Good for you.
Go ahead. You want to do the email? Go ahead.
Well, if anybody has anything they'd like to share with the Acrylic Ranch, you can always contact us at any one of the places that Jen just told you, or you can contact us at theacrylicranch@gmail.com. And feel free, you're not limited on what you leave. You can leave an experience, or we could just say, you know, we'd like to have a conversation via phone, and we could talk over the phone that way too, if you do have some sort of an experience. However, if we deem that your experience is more appropriate to go over to something like Somewhere in the Skies podcast or to Into the Fray Radio, we could direct you there too. We're not being selfish. I think we would put you directly, that would be most beneficial to you. Now, with that being said, Ryan Sprague at Somewhere in the Skies and Shannon LeGros at Into the Fray Radio, as well as Jennifer and myself, are probably the least judgmental people. There is no judgment at all. There's no mockery. We can keep your anonymity if that's something that you would choose. We duly respect everybody in this community. And I think once you come into the community, you'll probably find that pretty quickly, that everybody here is very nice and very respectful. So we will send you in the right direction.
Nice.
Yes, very much. You know, Jen, one thing I really didn't bring up is Arcane Radio. And Lon Strickler has just been buried over his head with, he has now 3 more, yes, 3 more just came in. One from the end of last month, on the 30th. And he also got contacted by a news anchor at WGN TV in Chicago, and I know the news anchor, contacted him wanting to know, and Lon did ask why wasn't any of this Mothman stories covered. His response was they really didn't want to cause a panic in the city of Chicago, but he was kind of fishing through Lon to find out a little bit more information about the Mothman and the validity of the reports that are coming in. But since then, there's been 2 more reports. So clearly there is an increased number of sightings going on in the city of Chicago. This last one, the witness stated it appeared to him to be more pterosaur-like, which is, you know, the prehistoric flying creature. Still the bat wings, but kind of a pterosaur type of head. So all I could do was just tell Lon, I don't know, I'm speechless. I cannot wait to get more information on this. So if you're interested in that subject matter too, friends who like phantoms and monsters, you can find that over at Facebook, and you can also find Arcane Radio. Of course, all the podcasts that deal with everything in which we are talking about can be found at the Acrylic Ranch webpage. We have a listing in the days of the week that those podcasts air their shows and a brief description of what their content is. Such things as the Graylian Report and, okay, you name one. Jen.
Oh gosh, we've got a lot of them.
I know, right?
One of my favorite things about setting up the website was the podcast page, or podcast lineup, I think is what it's called. So we've got Somewhere in the Skies, we've got the Graylian Report, we have Sasquatch, on there, we have
Jim Harold. Oh, yes, right.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, Heather Wade, she's doing the Midnight in the Desert.
Right.
And let's see,
Beyond the Darkness Radio. Yes.
Yep.
And by the way, Tim is doing much better. Tim Dennis over at Darkness Radio. He's doing much better. And I know that Dave Schrader posted huge thank yous to everybody for the support and the prayers for Tim, and he'll be back at 100% soon. So I'm looking forward to that. Because between the two of them, they just make the dynamic duo. They really do. So
right.
That's very good news. I'm very happy.
Yes, it is. That's
fantastic. Yeah, it is. So get over to the Acrylic Ranch webpage, and you'll be able to find a listing of all the podcasts and the times or the days of weeks in which they air. Of course, you can listen to any one of these podcasts at your convenience through most of your podcatchers anyway. Right. Yeah, so if you want to be the first one in line and be the first one to get the information, like I'm sure you're doing with this Acrylic Ranch episode, and wanting to know the fact that Thomas Jefferson was only 33 years old when he drafted the Declaration of Independence, well, you got that information here first, and you don't have to wait around and watch the recorded version. So congratulations to you people. Appreciate it. And I appreciate everybody's support, too.
Yes, I do too. It means more than you guys know. It's been absolutely amazing finding a home within this community and finding so many like-minded individuals and people that have experienced a lot of the same stuff that I have. Right.
And we will be doing that show. I think you and I will probably be batting back and forth, but our certain experiences. So. All right, well, I need to close out because my little indicator just popped up, and it says that it's a quarter of the hour, and I think we've tied people up for 45 minutes. So thank you for showing up for the debut of the YouTube Acrylic Ranch show. I greatly appreciate it. I hope everybody has a safe and wonderful 4th of July, but mostly be safe. Be safe, be safe, be safe, and be safe. And remember, there's 60 million cases of beer that were purchased today, so.
Go drink one.
60 million cases of beer. And what does that mean, Jennifer? Yes, the 4th of July is the deadliest holiday out of the year, so there's a cheerful note.
Getting drunk and choking on hot dogs. Happy 4th of July.
Oh, come on now. Oh, come on. No, dude, you had to bring up the choking on the hot dog things? Come on. That's terrible.
And blowing your fingers off. How about that?
Well, like I said, that did happen today, so unfortunately.
Good luck with your fingers.
All right, so I don't need fingers. Well, I need a thumb. I need a thumb. I will say I need an opposable thumb. I will give you that much.
Yes.
Anyway. All right, till next Tuesday. Thank you, everybody, for stopping by. And please, rate and review. Tell us what you think. We are, without your comments, because Jen and I just relish in the comments. So please, leave your comments.
We love the
Okay. Until next Tuesday, thanks for stopping by, and we'll talk real soon.